is your king. You called.
What's going on, guys? Kiger back with another Legends Neverland video. Today we're doing another account review. I didn't want to show their messages. I don't know if they want to be known or whatnot. I asked them about their spending, because that's something we like to know going in. This was their message. I copy-pasted it. Sorry, doing my exams. Was offline. I've spent about $2,000 by now. A couple hundreds more maybe, so let's assume 2,200. At the start, I bought a lot of packs and stuff. Now I buy the monthly crystal pack only. If you want, I can send the latest picks as I upgraded. It took me a little bit to get back to them. So we did not do that. We did the original pictures. And this is them right here. Level 194. Their daggers and book. They're just looking at their upgrades. The weapons, of course, make sense. I actually see a first big issue right here. They did chest piece first. That should actually be last. Head, these middle ones, those, and then chest last, just because of the stats it gives you. They also did pretty well down here, as you'll see. They got a level 4 oppression with their level 5 slaughter, which gives them the level 5 tyrant's descent, which is pretty nice. 98 dragon force. Let's go on. That's the same right there. Let's see who this is. But he has that bonus. Dragon Force, tons of HP, good attack, more defense than I would suspect with a holy. Crit. Okay, we're definitely a break, and something. He probably just has crit, or he does crit for PvE. I don't know. But you can't do both. You can't do white damage for break and crit at the same time. You cannot break and crit on the same attack. It's one or the other. So ideally you want to go all in on one or the other. Break reduction. Ignore block is obviously high because he's daggers. Block suppression because of his where he's at with his dragon stuff. Damage increase, he's definitely a damage dealer. Damage reduction is not bad. Pierce protection looking good. I would like to see a little HP steal rate, 8 to 10%. But I mean, I'm not going to say you're doing it wrong for not going into it. Monster increase, decrease. This you don't really need unless you're specifically doing a PvE build for the shrines and such. Then it'll be good. Everything else is kind of trash. 50% across the board for elementals. A little bit more for wind. Just the glyphs that he put in say wind on it. Damage to adventures increase 30%. Reduction 58%. That is not... Obviously, if you want to be damage dealer like I see from the damage increase, damage reduction like here, I would like to see these two numbers flipped like over there, but that's primarily going to be from IOs, hard to control. He also sent all of his IOs. We're going to take a look. As a dagger player, I don't think you need to build into ignore block. Just because you already get 70%. He's getting his other 10% from this and something else. Pierce is obviously good. Damage increase is good. If you're going to have a damage stat, you would ideally like break over attack or crit with the build he's going. Adventure increase, break, attack. Obviously, these two are fine. If you're going to have a a flat stat. Break is the one that you're going to want out of the stats he has, but these two attacks need to go. Damage increase, damage increase, damage. That's why he has so much damage increase. Now we're in the orders. Adventure reduction, that's a big one. And then you're going to want tenacity or block depending on the stats of the people you fight against. If they have high crit, you're going to want tenacity like here. If they have high break, you're going to want block. This is doo-doo. This is doo-doo. Looking at the pets. Increase, break, block. And this is also one you have to decide on. So like, we have this one that's all block. Well, this one that's double tenacity, you have to decide if you're doing tenacity or block. And then you would make that decision here as well for your resolute spot to be block or tenacity. Break, because he's obviously a break build. Debuff increase, debuff resistance. Damage increase, HP. Looking fine. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's obviously going to get you the echo, but I don't think you need this echo from Sakura. I think you can put a Rainbow 3 elemental one there and graft it, and then you will get a bit more out of it. But everything, and obviously you want to bring these to Rainbow 3 so they get those base numbers, the level 5 effects, things like this. Obviously, you would change the fairies around depending on if you're doing PvE or PvP, things like this. T4. Not showing the book one, but I would assume it's also T4. Wind Spirit, these are maxed. Going for the Blessing. And then once you go to T8, you should be going Break, block, then attack, then HP for this build that he's currently doing. These 140, I think that's 136 back there. You want to bring these two up to 140, and then 150. I think it's 180 you need to be at for each to get the last bonus from that. Okay, so I see you have the mirror, you have the reflector, and the pocket watch, and the slanted mirror. This is all 1v1 bonuses. So going for a Burning Soul battle, I believe, because it's 1v1, or you're just trying to single someone out by yourself. One that you would like to have, which you see right here, is for the time on your skills. They use final instead of initial, and then either decide if you want to do long cooldown ones or short cooldown ones. If you want to do these 4, you can do these 4, and then you do the red hourglass plus whichever one, long cooldown or short cooldown ones. Looking at crystals, attack, tenacity, block, break, looking good. You win a lot into tenacity. I guess your tenacities are just the highest right now. It would have been nice to see your pure crystals as well to get feedback on that. I also noticed no fate cards are here. Obviously, you're going to want to be going for break, damage increase, pierce rate, things like that. Damage decrease, protection rate. Research 6, and then you want to get Earth up to 6. Get these base stats plus suppressions. Each element also has a different stat it gives. For example, fire here is giving crit. I think it's wind that he wants to. After you get them to a decent level, you want to do the break one, obviously, to get more break than the others. Then the reverse scale, same stat allocation, but it gives more suppression. Get the earth up to 4, and then once you get them up to like kind of where you want them for bonuses and such, then you can start going into the stat you want, which I think it's wind that gives a break. Checking what they got here. Mantra, slaughter, oppression. Mantra is good. It's going to be useful in a lot of things. Slaughter, oppression for the execute damage. What I think you want to do for a slaughter build like this is you actually want to have a second set, generally with another effect, such as you already have mantra and stuff on this, but you kind of want to have a second set that's focused on a either defensive start, like God Bless, Rigidity, things like that, or a more offensive start, like Fierce Attack, such like that, and then you swap to your main set, which is this, the Slaughter, Oppression, when they would come online, with the enemy being 60% or less, and then do your big boom 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 dead. We got the cores here. Damage to adventure reduction. This is explains where he's getting that. Even though it's this is order, this is supposed to be all defensive. Cores can be split of both. As you see, that's defensive and then 3 offensive ones. This should be all offensive, but as you see, break, which is offensive, and 3 defensives. And that is it for him. I didn't get to see like his skill setup, but I do think, as we said, he can do better with his leveling up his gear correctly to get more base stats that will help him. Definitely wants to, if he's able to, some way get rid of some crit and bring it into his break and defensive stats. I already see that he's mostly trying to be offensive oriented. Find a way to get not specifically these stats. You don't have to lower this to lower this from 60, but some of those order stats on your IOs need to go more into adventure increase, and then this should ideally be higher than the defensive one. The boss increase decrease is probably coming from your close somewhere, and ideally that would be break or things like this. We already talked about the IO. The pets he's on the right track on. The first one that should come up is the Barong. He obviously got the skill nerf, but you still want to have that massive 50% bonus on the damage increase, and then Cat to get the level 3 Cat plus debuff mastery, which is also damage increase, but this is conditional. That is not. Fairies, this is all going to depend on what you want to do. Like I said, take her out, put another Rainbow 3-1 on there, graft it, get your bonuses that way. T4s all around, definitely good, and then you can go into your T5s. This, get them all to 140. You want to get them all to 160, and then start going after the one that's going to give you the stats for your build. I didn't see what the pure crystals was, but the regular crystals definitely on the right track. We're on the right track with research and enchantment. You want to get them all up a bit, and then start going into the right stat for you. And like I said, you ideally want a second set of wills. If you're going to be a slaughter main, you want to have a second one that either defensive to block some incoming damage with rigidity and such like that, or a more offensive focused where you start the match, you get the fierce attack buff, all of that, and then you swap to your main team, slaughter, oppression, tyrant's descent, pap pap pap, dead. That also works well with how mantra works. That's just what I suggest. Let me know what you guys think down below. Is this account $2,000? Till next time, guys.